Howdy! This is kind of a fleet update because there are a lot of things going on, even if it might not seem so. Let's start with the Z. The Z, as you can see, is a bit of a guesser now because, well, quite frankly, I can't really show you. I think I can't, but it has no engine in it. As for the car, well, some stuff is in the back. I don't know if you can see it, but what's actually happening with this car is we've gathered most of the parts we'll probably need. I have a source for them, I have a price for them, and we are yet to decide what to do with the car because the bill would be hefty, to say the least. The conclusion was, when it was taken apart, it was quite simple. You cannot run this engine with 1.5 liters of oil, which is hardly surprising. The surprising thing about it is how it came to only have 1.5 liters of oil when about 2,000 kilometers prior it had an oil change, which was done in an official Nissan dealership. So I think it shouldn't really have happened. I don't know if, well, there were no signs of oil consumption, so no blue smoke. When the engine was taken apart, there was not a lot of, actually there was barely any oil in the exhaust galleries and intake port, so we don't know what happened. That's the long story short. But we know that this car now has no engine, and we'll decide what to do with all the potential parts we could source, whether we should do it or source a used D engine or something like that. I don't know yet. Basically, so that's the Z. As for the Megane, as you can see, it's still pretty much here for two reasons. One is this, because I haven't fixed the back end yet. It's actually, the Megane is actually going to the painter and the body shop tomorrow, so that should be fixed within a week or so. And after that, bit of an update, I'm going to take it to Renault, to the dealership, because after quite a long saga, I've actually reached the point where Renault Sport admitted that these cars have a problem, and that problem is that they overheat the clutch on track, and they have some kind of a kit that they will send me for free, but I will have to pay the cost of fitting it, of course. So that will be fitted to this car after the back end is done and sorted. I say a lot. So anyway, after the back end is sorted, I'll take it to Renault. They'll have the kit fitted. I think I will there. I am quite interested in what kind of kit that is. It's supposed to improve the ventilation of the clutch housing. I think it's called a bell housing. That's what it's called. It's called a bell housing. So yeah, this car is currently in that state of waiting to be sorted on the back end and then taken to Renault. And after all that is done, I'll sell it. Yeah. Sorry, Megane, but you have to go. Too many problems. So on to the Mini. Mini was fine up until, I think, 2 days ago, when I heard some noise, which is how it always starts with these cars. Not with these cars, with cars. I heard a noise. It was not a good noise, and hopefully, so far, I think so, at least, it's not a big problem. This car is now 10 years old. I can show it in one hand, and I think it's never had a timing chain change, and you know, all the assorted pulleys, stuff like that. So I am pretty sure the VVT pulley, the diffuser pulley, is the one that started to make that noise. So we'll have to have that sorted, and think after that it should be pretty much fine. Not sure, but I think it should be. Because otherwise this car is good. You just have to use it like you stole it. Well, now onto the Scenic, which is obviously what most of you are interested in. As you can see, it's I would say it's ugly now, because this is still the signs of the side skirt, the windshield glue that was used. I'm not going to have that removed. I'm going to get a new fender in this color because it is available in several junkyards or stuff like that. As for the seals, it has been painted by, well, I think it's kind of a protection layer. It has been spray painted by this one. It's a rough layer. I think it mainly used on the underside of cars, but for now it does the job. The seals will not rot, so that's the point. Nothing else has changed yet, but we figured out this car also needs new timing belts, water pump, oil pump, and once the Megane is sold, I'm going to have this car MOT'd. I think British people say that, but I don't know what it's called in the US and stuff like that, but you know, it's the biannual, or at least here, examination of cars, whether they are roadworthy or not. So that's what I'll do. And in the meantime actually, this Doggo is being a good-ass girl. Yes. Bye-bye, Doggo. Right, back to the Scenic. After the Megane is sold, I'll have the required funds to make the RS suspension project. However, I think I might do some engine changes first, because what I have in mind is a new head gasket borrowed from a Megane 3 RS, which should lower the compression ratio by, I think, currently it's 9.5 to 1. It should lower it to about 9 to 1, which means it could take a little bit more boost. And together with the 630cc Siemens Deka injectors and a brand new Megane 3 RS turbo, it should be able to produce, I think, 208-ish horsepower and 400 Newton meters, which is probably my goal for the next couple of years. Now I think I'm going to just have the timing belt and stuff done, including the head gasket and new lifters and stuff like that. You know, just a bigger service basically. Have all that done and not fit the injectors or the turbo yet, because that way the engine will need to be broken in for, I think, 1,000 kilometers or so, maybe 3,000, we'll see. So once all that is sorted, we'll break the engine in, and we might do the suspension and all other project and the turbo stuff at once. Might not, we'll see, I don't know. So that's what's up basically. This is all I can really say about these cars for now. So this pile of four cars, I swear I can count, will be down to 3 soon. I will definitely miss this car, and I think I'm going to make a video on it as to why I will sell it, and what were the good parts, there were plenty, and what were the bad parts, there were also plenty. So I don't know if I've actually made a video on this car yet, other than, you know, where I drive it on track and stuff like that. It's a really neat car. It does look good inside, outside. I love the color. It's a good looking car. I loved these seats. They are absolutely fantastic. And I think, no, I am really sure, actually, I'm sure that I will have these seats in another car sometime. Maybe not in that one, even though the original plan was to have these seats, Recaro Sportster CS, in the Scenic. But I think I'm going to go with Recaro pole positions actually, because this will be more of a track-oriented car. And while those seats were fine on track, the pole positions are definitely better on track than the Sportster CS. So that's that. So I think that's pretty much going to be it for this video. It's just a little bit of an update to show you that I'm not actually as lazy as I might seem, because I'm not doing videos obviously all that often, but there are things happening in the background that you don't always see. Hopefully when we get the Z sorted, you will be able to see some of it, or some of the install process, and you know, putting the car back together, stuff like that. I'll ask the guys at the garage if I can film, if they would mind. I think they will be fine with it basically. So anyway, once again, thank you for watching and stay cool.